Theo was experiencing some difficulties. Vic included. He didn't feel like talking to anyone about the issue, so he has been shunning everyone. Vic's calls have been ignored by him. Since the fire at his friend's barbershop, Vic has been worried about him, but she was unable to help until he revealed the nature of the issue. Also, she was finding it difficult to discuss her boyfriend's issues with her closest friend. Montgomery had completed the election. He was determined to triumph. Vic was warned not to talk to him about Theo because he was afraid of winning and unsure of his ability to handle it. Instead, she convinced herself that she would wait for Theo to approach her. Only Vic was here. She could no longer endure the stillness. Later, when Theo was by himself, she asked him what the issue was. Theo and Vic both knew that the fire at his friend's house wasn't their fault, but it turns out that this was the case. At the barbershop, they fixed the problem. As a result of their visit, the area was safer. The only explanation they could come up with for why something would catch fire was because of bad wiring in that area. Theo tried to speak up despite knowing that no one was paying attention to him. When Vic took charge, he was about to give up completely. Vic stated they would look into the fire on their own. Even when the entire squad was already in conflict with Fire Chief Ross, she and Theo went missing. Ross was furious with them for staging a coup against Captain Beckett. Beckett might have been intoxicated. They simply had no right to disregard him in that manner. Ross thought she was managing things well. She didn't require them to defy commands or take independent action. The fact that Ross had been in the military in the past was coming back to haunt them, and they weren't sorry for what they had done didn't help. Andy even defended their behavior by claiming that they followed the rules established by the Seattle Fire Department. Technically, she was correct in that. Ross was unaware of it because she hadn't advanced through the ranks of the Seattle Fire Department, even though it was stated in the standards. Ross had the option to back down after learning that information, but she continued to punish the squad instead. She put herself forward to lead them temporarily. They had her on the ride. She also emphasized to them that no matter what, the job comes first, which, after they learned what had occurred at Gray Sloan, she had to remind them of. The firefighters were worried about their loved ones when they learned that a man intentionally struck 2 doctors with his automobile. They all knew doctors who worked at that hospital.